Hello, women of the channel Leadership Network. I'm Jackie Rise, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. Joining me today is Kei Komatsu, Senior Industry Specialist for Hitachi Vantara. Hi, Kei. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, Jackie. Thank you for having me today. It's a great honor to be here.
It is definitely my pleasure, and I can't wait to get to know you. Let's start off easy. Where do you live and where did you grow up, if that's different?
I'm living in San Jose, California, and I grew up from Tokyo, Japan, and China.
Oh, that's so amazing. They're on my bucket list to visit for sure, especially Japan. Ugh. Uh, if you don't mind sharing, what is a little known fact about you?
Um, yes, as I mentioned, I was grew up in Tokyo and Japan, so I'm a multi language speaker. So since of that, so I'm always playing the role of a translator. For example, the multi languages. So from the university, I was the tutor for the international students from Indonesia, Singapore, and China. So to being the tutor and tell them around Japan, around how to engage with the Japanese professors, something like what I did. And in my 16 years working for Hitachi, so actually, Hitachi is a Japanese multinational conglomerate corporation. Uh, I worked on multi projects under a huge program. So translate the critical path as well as the common concerns into an understandable way, as sometimes people are hard to understand each other. So I just translated the common concerns to people. And also, when you're working on the multicultural projects, to translate the how to say the context to ensure two-way communication and the level set is very difficult, and that was something I normally do. So I call myself a translator.
I love that. I'm always amazed by people who can speak multiple languages. That's something I've never been able to do successfully. So amazing. I really admire that a lot. So, awesome. All right. Well, let's switch gears. And I'm going to ask if you would tell us about your career path and how you reached the position you're in today.
Sure. Yes. I have a master's degree of engineering. My major was operations research, specifically to how to say to specify to the optimization model and resolution for the supply chain problems by using a mathematic modeling and programming. Um,
Wow.
after graduating, I joined Hitachi within a business management position to project manage a database, um, how to say, software development project. So that on that position, so I got a chance to start my role from the head stream of the supply chain, and then I could expand my experience to the entire process. So this challenged me to fully understand the end-to-end workflows, as well as then I could implement my overall optimization strategy. So working with the multiple engineering team for many years, I realized the how to say the optimization is incredibly important, but more critical is the people and their willingness to adapt and to make the model beneficial for the true world. So I found myself spending more time on the communication, and I go back to my translator track again. So to collect the data and identify the critical path and provide those to people for their further discussion, for their decision making, and for the problem solving. And so this experience then led me into a program manager position. So where I could gain a more, I would say, a more comprehensive experience from a product strategy planning phase to a product release phase. So I then recognized that my previous optimization model is just one of them, just one of them. So you must consider um, how you apply the change management is the super crucial key for the entire program. So with these projects completed, I then joined Hitachi Vantara in my current position in the strategic partners and alliances. So with the responsibility within the supply chain management across the, this is actually this is the last stage before we deliver something to our customer, right? So I was very excited to when I got this new assignment, and I feel like I'm going to complete my collection of the whole supply chain.
Yeah, no, first of all, I can see it on your face, the excitement. You have such an impressive background, and I can see how that all leads up to where you're at today. In that very impressive background, have you ever questioned your abilities or qualifications? And if so, how did you overcome that challenge?
Actually, I have had a opportunity to reflect and re-examine across the past 10 years. Um, Through looking back the days, I am able to apply, I'll say, the lessons learned, and sometimes allowing myself to do some like the self adjustments. I have found this cycle helps myself to build my confidence level, as well as to identify the areas I would like to improve further. I, however, admit that even though I have found the success during my past experience, each of the time when I gain a new position or I've been assigned in a new project, I still, find myself asking my question, the questions for my abilities. So normally I will spending, I would say 1 to 2 weeks for the initial assessment, and then I will start taking the baby steps with my experience and my knowledge. And so there is my favorite quote from Kafka. He said, "Paths are made by walking." So that's my favorite phrase. I actually, so though I might be a little, I won't say a little, a huge cautious at the beginning, but I will keep myself keep walking. I don't pause. I'm learning that the most important thing is to believing in yourself and keep driving towards the vision, the direction, and engage with the appropriate people and build trust in relationship as much as possible. So I think this is my recipe for the success. I think I was delighted to learn that building trust and being trusted is one of the core pillars running the partner business as well. So that was my recent
Yeah, no,
learning.
I love your explanation. You were speaking my language. I spent a lot of my career as a project manager, so I could see where your head was going and how to play out those lessons learned and, sitting and even processing it. That is something that I've had to learn how to do as
Yeah.
well. I love
Hmm.
that. Awesome. What are some experiences or transformational moments that you've had in your life?
Yes. I think I would say living and working in the different countries, different locations, different business fields, from a project manager, program manager, and then channel sales. And getting to know the local lifestyles and the different, I would say, working patterns is a great way to expand the mind.
Mhm.
Um, I've experienced my home address being changed over 20 times.
Oh, 20. Wow.
Yeah, 20 times. I have a little episode. So in Japan, we handwriting down the home address on our health insurance cards. It's like a ID card, so you have to
Mhm.
have you writing down that. And once the time I found there is no more space, I can can try that. That's
Oh
really
my
funny.
goodness. 20. I thought I moved a lot. 20. That's a lot. A lot of good experiences, I'm sure, though, too.
Yeah, and so I've also worked on 10 plus new projects as an established member. All are with the multinational team. So because of the cultural differences, custom differences, and sometimes the working philosophy differences, so you will find some people are good at the macro management with the, I would say, low context communication, but the others probably prefer the micromanagement was the high context communication. And some people, they would like to have the face-to-face meetings. They want to sit together to have the discussion, but the others probably prefer to write everything down and have the communication via the email. Since I found those, I would say a couple months ago, I participated the ITC Channel Leadership Council in San Mateo. It's around the Santa Clara area. So I participated in person physically. I found a number of the differences between uh, what I have learned around the channel business versus the real people really, handling the channel sales. So my biggest takeaway during that council is I found how you had to truly engage in direct discussion with the person in the room, or you will completely miss your viewpoint.
I love
So
that.
yes, right. So to ensure all the stakeholders on the same page, on the same understanding, so we'll need somebody to be open-minded and to committed to the conversation and to harmonize it. So I feel myself, I'm on the way in applying this, and I believe I will play this role continuously in the future as well.
I believe it as well. 100%. We have a few minutes, so I want to grab this last question with you because I think it's a great one. What has driven you to continue to grow in your leadership role?
I love that question. Yes, I really love this question. So I think one reason must be when you drive a project to for the success, the feeling of accomplishment and excitement is very rewarding. And as I grow, I am able to engage in more important or more higher level project, working with the executive level person as well. So um, so that is great. So this is one aspect. Another aspect I think is when I joined Hitachi 16 years ago, my first manager was also my first mentor. He was now in Toronto, so but I maintained contact with him. And when before I came back to the United States this time, I even gained some the wisdom from him due to his level of the how say the leadership skills. So in Japan, normally to have a mentor is not a normal occurrence actually, especially after you graduate from the university. But one good thing from my view is I didn't hesitate to ask people to be my mentor, and I learned a lot from my mentors as well. So after becoming a people manager, I started my journey to give people my advice for their career path. So while having the conversation with the younger generation, I also found myself regained some of my energies for myself and found new insights by supporting them to achieve something. And when you feel the growing together with your team, you feel the most energized moment. So I think this is the most important thing drive to my leadership position as well. So um, actually, so our company is also very committed in leading the sustainability initiatives for the society. And I myself, I'm a big believer of that as well. So to me, sustainable is, I would say, it's also the things we want to hand down to the next generation, not only the physical environment, but also the softer skills.
If there's one thing that I don't want the listeners to forget that you mentioned is that you did not hesitate to ask for mentorship. So I applaud you on that because that seems to be one of the hardest things for people in general to do. So amazing advice. Kei, I can't thank you enough for spending time with me this morning and allowing us to celebrate you as our Woman of the Week. So thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Great honor to be here.
Amazing. All right, Women of the Channel Leadership Network community. This has been another Woman of the Week. Please thank Kei for being here and sharing a little bit of her story with us. Until next time, happy Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.